Hi, I'm Richard West, and I've been invited by the Photographer Academy today to talk to you about calibrating your lenses. And in particular, we're talking about calibrating autofocus as far as your camera and lens combination is concerned. A lot of people may not know this, but basically, you think things that come out of any manufacturer nowadays are going to be perfect out of the box. Well, a lot of lens and camera calibration might be a little bit off. And that's why we've got something here from Datacolor called the Spyder LensCal. And this is a guide with which you can shoot this and check to see if that autofocus is working or not. So the LensCal is something which can be tripod mounted or just popped on a desk. You don't have to use this regularly, although it can fold flat and be popped into your bag. But basically, periodically, probably once every 6 months, for any new or any existing lens and camera combination, and each one of those, essentially we need to be able to pop that down and be able to shoot it. Well, we've got in the diagram here, basically. So in this case, we've tripod mounted both the camera and the LensCal. And we're aiming for the square target right in the center here, the crosshairs, if you like, of that 4 square target. The way it works is basically using your autofocus on your camera, half click it, get it to autofocus on that point, using center focusing as far as the autofocus is concerned. And if your camera, when you take the shot then, shows that the 0 is perfectly in focus, then that means that, great, we've actually got an in-focus shot. So we're going into this scenario then of being able to check on the back of the camera, or preferably, to be honest, open it up on your screen to see if that's actually in focus. But if, however, you find that, okay, maybe it isn't the 0 that's in focus, perhaps it's actually maybe up or down the scale, that's instantly giving you a tell that's, okay, much as we're focusing here, actually the autofocus is a little bit off with this lens and camera combination. The good thing is that the scale here on the LensCal is calibrated to the same international standard that the majority of manufacturers use nowadays. So most new cameras have the ability to have this AF micro adjustment, and this is telling you straight away, okay, in this example we've got here on screen, if that's somewhere around 2.6, that's a minus 2.6 factor that needs to be popped into our AF micro adjustment on the back of our camera. So we're talking purely working on the camera here, the menu there, as far as the adjustment is concerned. But that's where you can go in here and we can say, okay, that's great, let's just adjust here to make sure that we are focusing on the right place. And of course, once you've done it, just shoot it again, just reshoot basically, and just make sure once you've done that adjustment that actually we're shooting in the correct, true, great, it's aimed at the 0 area focus, and therefore if that's now correct, you've now calibrated your lenses correctly. Top tip with this, actually you can use this creatively. So basically what you could do is you could be using this in a scenario with any of these list of cameras here that allows you to be maybe shooting perhaps in portraiture or sports photography, where at the moment if you're focusing for instance on the eyes, if your autofocus is spot on, you'll get the eyes crisp and nice, but everything else forward and backwards of that will be a little bit out. But you could use this to actually set up your autofocus to be just a little bit ahead of the target, which means that, okay, we could bring in perhaps the tip of the nose as being in focus as opposed to the background and the areas which really you're not too fussed about, i.e. back of the head and the hair in the background, basically. So that's where we're in this great situation of being able to calibrate and use this calibration creatively. So again, if you're in things like sports photography, maybe rally photography, got a car shooting towards you, perhaps useful to be able to shoot just a little bit ahead of the car. So there we go. Hopefully this is showing you how we can solve any of those issues that you may not even have appreciated over the years. It's amazing how having a little bit of out of focus issue on your autofocus doesn't seem apparent straight away, but then get one of these and suddenly realize, oh, wait a minute, that's why those shots have been out of focus all these years. So hopefully that's Spyder LensCal has given you that solution to that problem and also potentially shown you how to use it creatively.